Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Twin Russell Pod, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Hey, listen, SmackDown this past Friday night saved the week of pro wrestling, minus the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view, because I'm not counting that. We talking about weekly broadcasted television for the week of last week. Okay, SmackDown killed it when in terms of the story for the week. Raw show, like I told y'all a few videos ago, did not like a lot of things on that show, minus the match with Braun Breaker, minus the match with Braun Breaker and Sheamus, minus the match with the main event with Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, minus all that stuff. Even Rey Mysterio and Selena Vega taking on Ivy Nile and Chad Gable, minus all that stuff. Okay, SmackDown did it great when it comes to storytelling, and they put on a few great matches. Okay, a few good matches. We seen LA Knight versus Santos Escobar. We've seen that a bunch of times, so I don't really count that match. We've seen that so much time, so it don't really matter. Now they're ushering in a new wrestler, or a returning wrestler. We ain't seen on WBTV since since he's feuded with Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes is on Raw, and Shinsuke Nakamura returned, and he's beefing with LA Knight now. Now, man, let's dive into a few things they did. Starters, okay? Minus this whole bloodline situation. The bloodline situation is what saved the week of wrestling. Because I told you guys that the day of SmackDown, when I dropped that video, one or two possibilities was going to happen when it comes to who's the fifth member going to be for Team Roman at Survivor Series War Games. And we'll get to that. Let's start off with another, like, a banger segment, okay? We had this triple threat between Chelsea Green, who was my pick, and she won. I'm so happy she won, and it happened exactly the way I told you guys it would in the preview show. But this here, Jade Cargill was taken out by a mystery assailant, and now at this point she has been off the Survivor Series War Games team. She's out of there. She's off the triple threat match that's supposed to happen this Friday, where she's supposed to take on Michin and Piper Niven. She is out of that match. And then we are left to guess who's going to be her replacement in both of those matches. Okay? But I want to do a separate video when it comes to this to break this whole thing down, man. But I like this storyline because there's so many intertwining things related to this right here. I like what Triple H is doing, man, okay? I give him a lot of shit from time to time. Like, I didn't really like most of the shit he was doing when it comes to the women's division, tag team division, the same. I got to drop solo videos on them to get my point across to you guys. But I like what he did here. This was an excuse to get Bianca Belair out of the match, right? And this involves so many moving pieces. It involves Bayley, it involves Naomi, Bianca, whoever. It can involve any one of these women in the U.S. tournament race, right? We don't know. So there could be many suitors for the person who took out Jade. But this served as an avenue for Chelsea Green to pick up the win after Bianca Belair delivered. She did like a KO. I don't know if she did a KOD. I can't remember. But it served as an avenue for her to get out the match. And we got... So look at that. Look at that. And now that we know the updates came out, she's taking time off for her injury that she's been dealing with for a few weeks, few months maybe. So I expect Jade to return at the Rumble. She's probably gonna get off since she's gonna be off War Games. There ain't no need to bring her back. But the only thing working against that, she is the tag team champ with Bianca. But the positive to that can be that Bianca can start working singles matches for the time being, but that may discredit the tag team championships for the time being and hold other people off. So ain't no telling how long Jay will be out. But I love this storyline because it served as an avenue to get Bianca out of the match we see here. And we got my pick, Chelsea Green, picking up the win and advancing in the tournament, where she will face Bayley in the semifinals round whenever they debut that match. Maybe on the next week edition of SmackDown. But I love that. Love Chelsea Green advancing. So all three of my picks are still alive as of this recording. Okay. We're going to gloss over LA Knight versus Santos Escobar. We got that. We know Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be there facing him. This segment here with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Awesome segment. Awesome segment. One of the main points Cody Rhodes made in this promo exchange with Kevin Owens was Kevin Owens pretty much not taking accountability, right? About how everybody sees Kevin Owens as a credible asset to pretty much a main event player besides Kevin Owens. Okay, that was his whole main gist of things. And for him to rationalize that and attack Randy Orton and do what he did when he power driver Orton and took him out for that extended period of time, we don't know how long Orton will be out. This was a perfect exchange between him and Kevin Owens. Showed a lot of fire in this promo from Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens' side, how Cody Rhodes would go around and tag team with the Yahoo for 4 years pretty much. Tried to end Kevin Owens' career. Remember, he hit him with a drop card in that match at the Royal Rumble. And just cost him every chance he had at the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. But pretty much the Universal Championship at the time. How he cost Sammy, everybody he was involved with, how he cost them. Even Cody Rhodes himself, and how can Cody Rhodes go around and team up with that guy a few months later after winning the World Championship. Kevin Owens stated everything. He stated facts. WrestleMania 39. Roman Reigns cheated to beat Cody Rhodes to retain the championship. Kevin Owens said he's been on Cody Rhodes' team. He even brought up the fact that he interfered in the WrestleMania 39 match. Him and Sammy, remember? They interfered to stop the Usos from getting the upper hand on Cody so they can, number the advantage, right? So they stopped the Usos there. He went as far as get involved in the match to make sure Cody was to beat Roman Reigns. And he got cheated and still lost. And then even at WrestleMania 40, he was in the ring with Cody Rhodes, shaking his hand when he completed his story. And for Cody Rhodes to go down 6 months later to go team up with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood, that's Kevin Owens' point. So I love this exchange between both of these guys. They had great points in this promo. This is the type of promo you need in a match like this. And as of right now, this match for the championship will be at Saturday night's main event on December 14th. Great storytelling. I love this. And one closing statement Kevin Owens made was, if he did all that to Orton, he loved Randy Orton, and he did all that to Orton. Just imagine what he'd do to Cody Rhodes when he doesn't even like Cody Rhodes. I smell a championship change on the way at Saturday night's main event. Not everyone need to have a long reign, man. Give Kevin Owens the belt, let him hold it to the Rumble, and then Cody beats him at the Rumble. Cool, man. Cody Rhodes going to go on to bigger and better things anyway. Then that's probably going to serve for avenue for Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton probably at WrestleMania. That's probably a WrestleMania match right there. So, great exchange there between these two. Great way to drive the story home. Great way to build to the matchup that we want to get at Saturday night's main event. Loved it all. Next segment. I didn't really care about this woman. It's just this whole war game shit I'm not really a fan of. But that just served to, set up war games more. Get more heat on it, I guess. But this segment here. The return of the wise man to introduce the fifth member. And who is that fifth member, you may say? You may ask. None other than CM Punk. Bro, I told you guys last week that it could have been Seth Rollins or it could have been CM Punk. And the reason it wasn't going to be Seth Rollins because history runs deep there, right? Remember Seth Rollins turned on Roman and Dean Moxley. And Seth Rollins was the only guy Roman didn't really beat in his run as Tribal Chief. Seth made a lot of great points. He will never team up with that guy ever again. Okay? And I also told you that the wise man is the one to bring all the pieces back together. And CM Punk was that guy. Why? Because CM Punk was the last Paul Heyman guy before Roman Reigns was the current Paul Heyman guy. And if you remember, going back to history, right? CM Punk returned. Him and Roman didn't have no interactions at all. since CM Punk been back. The only interaction CM Punk had was with Paul Heyman after WrestleMania, pretty much. Remember? When they had that SmackDown in Chicago when Drew McIntyre beat up CM Punk and left him laying on the stage. Remember earlier on in that night, Paul Heyman wanted CM Punk to do him a favor and leave. So they had a conversation. Paul Heyman wanted CM Punk to take him with him once he left. He didn't want to be a part of the New Bloodline. Remember that segment, right? And not to mention the history of these two guys, man. So CM Punk did this as a favor. He didn't do this to help Roman, help the New Bloodline, none of that. He did it as a favor to Paul Heyman, his wise guy, his wise man, before Roman. And you can see in the ring, Paul Heyman, CM Punk mouthed that. It ain't for you, it's for him. So I love that interaction. I love CM Punk being the fifth man. It makes things so much more intriguing because War Games wasn't looking all that pretty exciting. I'm going to just be honest, for me, perspective-wise, right? With CM Punk added into the fold, Paul Heyman back, and so much like this face-off here, this has huge implications on a bunch of things, and it's like a big tree. Remember how Rockingham had that tree, the Samoan tree, with the roots going down, going towards major storylines heading for the future? One storyline this is going to affect is Seth Rollins. He's not going to be happy that CM Punk teamed up with Roman Reigns. He's going to view that CM Punk's sticking his nose in his business with Bronson Reed. He's going to view somewhere along those lines, bro. I'm telling you now. We're going to see it tonight on the live edition of Monday Night Raw tonight. This is just picking right back up with Rollins and Punk that we should get at WrestleMania, right? And maybe Punk versus Roman at a point in time. We don't know when. So this, I love this. This gets so many layers that's going to run us through the rest of the year up to WrestleMania. Just the fact that CM Punk is joining War Games and putting this thing back together. So I love SmackDown. SmackDown was the show of the week. Saved the wrestling week because the week of wrestling was lackluster until Friday night. But that's the review of SmackDown, man. I can't wait to see what happens Monday Night Raw. Can't wait to see what we do after CM Punk joining the Bloodline for War Games, man. So I can't wait. Be on the lookout for War Games predictions. I'm gonna probably drop it. If not Tuesday, I'll probably drop it Wednesday. Then I'll probably do a Dynamite review if I have time after Dynamite to do one. But if you made it this far, give the video a thumbs up. Comment if you can. Share the video. I know you be on socials a lot. Share the video, man. Don't share it. Share it around, man. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel because it helps the channel grow. Let's grow to 200 subscribers, man. Let's get there. But meantime, y'all have a good day, man. Appreciate you for joining me for this little rant. But let's tune in for Monday Night Raw tonight and see what they got in store for us. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace out.